Are you gonna use that file or put it back?
I don't know. Do I tell Lucky that Maxie faked the pregnancy and that the bond he feels for her over this miscarriage is just a lie? Or is that gonna make things worse for him?
Make a decision, because the longer you wait, the harder it's gonna be. Well, here's your chance.
Hours searching with police and rescue teams, and I got nothing.
They must have been thrown clear when the car fell off the ravine. There's still a chance they survived.
He has to be alive, right? You stay here and sleep, okay? I'm gonna go back.
Then the police are gonna call us if they find anything.
That's my baby, Emily.
I know, Nicholas, it's been a long night. You're so tired. Just...
I have to go. I love you.
I love you too. I'm gonna keep praying.
Do you think I'd make this easy for you? You're right on time.
I take my job seriously.
I can see that. And I'm embarrassed to say that I think I misjudged you. My father is clearly delighted with your work, and I was wondering if it would be okay if we started over on better terms.
Wow, that is very gracious. So what's the catch? Hi, I need you to babysit. Letitia had a family emergency, and I have to marry Sonny today.
Okay. Why wouldn't you want your kids at the wedding? You're remarrying their father. I think they'd be a little bit
I'm
interested.
marrying their father to keep him out of prison, okay? And I don't want the boys to get the wrong idea. This is not a marriage about love. It's strictly a legal maneuver, that's all.
Then why do you seem so nervous?
We were interrupted yesterday when Carly barged in, so perhaps I didn't make myself clear. We have a witness to support self-defense.
Yeah, I got that.
Well, the point is, Carly's testimony can't hurt you. There's no reason to marry her.
Diane, no one else could know that. Especially Carly and Jason.
Don't worry, I'm not here to see you.
Okay.
You made it clear that you can't allow yourself to trust her anymore. So I'm backing off. No pressure. Tired of trying to convince you that I'll stay clean.
My hair.
Official business.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Lucky, Miss Spencer.
Okay.
Lucky told you about the,
No?
turned up a witness at Brook Dackelsar shooting wide open.
Wow, but
Okay, that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. Come on.
I guess Lucky will never know that Maxie faked her pregnancy.
Just not yet. Is he showing any signs of regaining consciousness?
He's responding to painful stimuli. His pupils are even and reactive. He could be waking up any minute.
All right, you know what? I can't wait. I want to put the necessary paperwork through. I want to have him transferred to a hospital in Switzerland.
If you remove Mr. Alcazar, it could compromise his recovery, possibly put his life at risk.
Lorenzo is in more danger if he stays here. You would not be my first choice of an assistant for my father. However, he never listens to me.
And with good reason.
Daddy, believe it or not, I do try to protect this family and you.
Tracy, you only protect one person, and that's yourself.
Fine. Keep the blinders on. Excuse me, won't you?
I wish I could tell you that Tracy's bark is worse than her bite. Oh, but I must admit that woman has one nasty set of fangs.
Well, don't worry, because I can handle her.
Well, if she gets to be too much of a problem, just let me know, because I have ways of neutralizing her. See, I want to support you, and I could not be more pleased with your work.
Thank you. Is there any way I could take off like 2 hours early today? I have a wedding to go to.
Oh, whose?
Sonny and Carly.
Oh, my God. What is this, their 10th? Oh, and Jason, I suppose, will be there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will be going with Jason.
Then by all means go. Maybe this will inspire my wayward grandson to set a wedding date with you, huh?
Oh.
I was just telling Diane that I'm gonna need you today. You know, Carly and...
Yeah, Carly's really nervous about the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she had it all set to marry Jackson. You know, this takes priority.
Yeah, she said she knows she has to marry you, so she can't testify. She's loyal and she wants to protect you.
Carly bolted last time we were gonna get married. He's the one that talked her into going through with it.
Sonny's not.
She counseled him.
Carly's not gonna let you be convicted of murder.
Is the ceremony set for today? How's everything going then?
I'll call and confirm with the judge.
Look, I just want you to know that Carly is making a sacrifice for you. She really doesn't want to do this.
I'm not nervous, okay? I'm not. Not in that soon-to-be bride kind of way.
Could have fooled me.
Look, Sonny and I have this history. We break up, we get back together. I don't want Michael and Morgan thinking that this is what that's about.
That you're getting married for real.
Yes, and they're not the only ones, okay? My mother will be all over this. She's gonna make tons of assumptions and she's gonna give me those looks. That's why I can't ask her to watch Michael and Morgan, because the three of them will get together and they'll come up with all kinds of crazy ideas.
Okay, well, what about Sonny's bodyguards?
Michael has Max and Milo wrapped around his finger. That's why I need you to babysit. Can you please?
Yeah, no, I can babysit them, but you said that this is just a legal maneuver to keep Sonny out of jail, right? So it's only temporary.
Right.
Then what you're doing isn't that hard to understand.
Except the person I need to understand, Jax, I can't get in touch with him to explain it.
Why don't you just call him?
Because he went to rescue his brother in some godforsaken corner of the world where they don't even have satellite phones.
Okay. Well, Jax he's a reasonable guy. I'm sure even if you can't get in
We're
touch with him,
engaged to be married, Lulu. We've had to postpone the wedding twice. When he finds out about this, he may not stick around long enough for me to explain it.
All right. Okay. No offense, but if Jax doesn't give you a chance to explain your side of the story, then he doesn't love you very much.
You don't understand. Sonny is a very strong man, okay? He thinks I belong with him. He's been trying to break me and Jax up for months.
Well, then if Jax was really worried, he could just call.
Jax isn't the problem, Lulu. It's Sonny, okay? We have spent years in this push-pull, love-hate, wild, tumultuous, intense relationship. We have saved each other. We have practically died for each other.
He still gets to you.
Elena tampered with my car. That's why I lost control and went into the ravine.
Does Elena have Spencer now?
Yeah. She found us in Denver before you did. She took Spencer and set me up to crash. I'm sure you wish I died.
You're wrong. Colleen, Elena wanted to kill you, but you didn't let her, and I really admire that about you. You care for Spencer as much as Nicholas and I do. What do you think that Helena's planning to do with him?
She doesn't care about Spencer at all. She just wants him because he's the heir. It's all about controlling the Cassadine money for her.
So we've got to stop her, Colleen.
We? Nicholas hates me. And that's partially your fault.
No. Nicholas understands why you took Spencer.
I wanted him to have a good life.
You acted out of love.
I do love Spencer. Like a son. Lying bitch! Lorenzo is surrounded by enemies. And I'm not just talking about Sonny Corinthos. There are other people that we don't know about. Now, I can't leave him in Port Charles. And I can't stay here because it's not safe for the baby.
The surgery I performed was successful. If Alcazar's condition hadn't been compromised by whatever brought on the cardiac arrest by now...
That is the whole point. The reason he's unconscious is because somebody injected a lethal drug into his IV.
And it didn't work. He's stabilizing. As his doctor, I'm telling you, it's better for him to wait here and wake up.
What, so the same person can come and finish the job?
In a fully staffed hospital, that's not likely.
Look, I'm not interested in playing with the odds, okay? I'm interested in keeping Lorenzo alive.
So am I. Which is why I'm telling you, it's better for him to stay
Why don't
here.
we do some tests, get some scans, and see if Alcazar is actually stable enough to be transported?
Yes, I've always had a hard time resisting Sonny. I mean, the first time we got married, it was for the same reason. He was in legal trouble, and I was a potential witness.
And then that's when you guys fell in love?
No. Well, more complicated than that. I knew I loved Sonny, but I didn't know that he loved me. And then he got shot and almost died, and he told someone to tell me that he loved me. I mean, Sonny and I are never simple, and we are always complicated. He would do something to drive me crazy, and vice versa. Things would get ugly. But we always loved each other.
Okay, wait a second. If you guys have this magnetic attraction and he still gets you after all these years, then why don't you just admit that you guys belong together?
Because I can't live with Sonny. We bring out the worst in each other.
Really? That's not what I've seen, because I think you guys actually work really well together.
Sonny has these codes that he lives by, okay? These rules, and I don't do so well with rules.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
No, it's true. I would walk outside of the rules, and Sonny would get mad, we'd go at each other, and the marriage would be over.
That sounds a little extreme.
Yeah, well, to Sonny, it's not. One time, I hid the truth from him. I lied. And it was for a good reason. But Sonny said it was betrayal, and the marriage was over.
Okay, like Sonny has never lied? He's a gangster. Isn't lying part of the job description?
I know, but Sonny doesn't look at it like that. He doesn't understand that. He said he couldn't forgive me, and he filed for divorce. And after divorce number 3, it gets really hard on the kids.
Okay, all right, then here's a simple solution. Don't marry Sonny.
I have to marry Sonny because he's going to go to prison if I don't marry him.
Carly, if you know Sonny is bad for you, then don't do this to yourself. Just let Sonny solve his own legal problems.
I have checked out every angle, Lulu, okay? I've even gone to Alexis. I have to marry Sonny, and I can.
And you can without falling into your old patterns?
I'm just gonna tell myself this is a marriage of convenience, okay? That I am helping out the father of my children. That is going to be my new mantra.
Carly, are you sure you can pull this off?
I love Jax. I'm gonna marry Jax as soon as all this is over.
Carly's afraid of losing Jax. Okay, and I think even more afraid of falling for you all over again. I mean, she's worked hard to get on with her life and stand on her own 2 feet, Sonny.
And now she's with Jax. You know deep down inside she doesn't love him. And you know what, honestly? If she still wants Jax, after this is over, no one's stopping her.
My point is, I pressured Carly to marry you. I convinced her that this is the right thing to do, and she trusts me. I'm just saying, don't take advantage of her.
It'll be good for Carly, and it'll be good for my kids. It's all gonna work out.
broken your neck when you slipped on those stairs. It was you, of course. And Nicholas kept me on because he was hoping I'd finish the job. Nicholas never looked to use anything other than Spencer's nanny.
Liar!
You're never gonna do that to Nicholas or anyone else ever again.
Emily, don't.
What happened to Lorenzo?
He's having some tests. Don't you even think about threatening me. I have taken added precautions since you ransacked our house last night.
I don't ransack. It must have been a competition. They're after the shipment.
Assuming there even is competition.
They can't get their hands on the shipment. I have to intercept it and move it to a safe location. And you need to tell me when it's arriving.
I'm not prepared to take your word for anything.
You're in a dangerous business. Figure out who your friends are, or you could end up as collateral damage.
Come in.
How come you're not dressed?
I'm not changing, Sonny. It's a civil service, and I'm glad you're here early because we got to talk to the boys and make sure they understand what's going on.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
Sonny, we need to make sure they know that, yes, we're getting married, but we're not getting back together, okay?
Well, that's a pretty fine distinction to make for a kid.
Well, Morgan might not understand, but Michael will. Unless someone misleads him.
Come on, Cardi, what are you talking about?
I don't want the boys to be hurt in this, okay?
You're just overthinking things. You know, you're making problems where they don't exist.
Right. Boys! You guys get down here. Michael, Morgan, hey. Hurry up.
You can run, right?
Come on. You're going away. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sit on the couch. Father and I need to tell you something. Okay. Well, your father's having legal problems.
Did you do something wrong?
I didn't do anything.
No, he didn't, but some people are trying to say that he did, and they're trying to get me to say that he did.
You wouldn't, right?
No, I wouldn't. But if they get me to talk, they're going to twist my words and they're going to make your father look bad. So we're trying to come up with a way so I don't have to testify.
What are you gonna do?
But, buddy, all the troubles are gonna go away because your mother is gonna marry me.
Does Jax know?
I like it. It looks nice. It's low-key yet romantic. It's just a legality, right? It seems like it's a little done up for something that's not supposed to be so special.
Yeah, I'm not sure Sonny's real clear on that.
Okay, hold on, let me guess. Sonny knows that Carly's doing this just to bail him out, but he's expecting something a little bit more, no?
I just think he regrets divorcing Carly.
Gosh, why doesn't he just say so? Sonny turned his back on Carly before. Maybe if she knows that he will fight for her, she would change her mind.
All of this is very interesting, but I asked you to get me something incriminating on Sam McCall, and you've given me no proof that it's her.
Take a look.
Well, well. I doubt that she's told anybody about this.
I hate that Maxie lied to Lucky. I hate that she's taken advantage of his sweetheart and that she's manipulated his grief over a child that never even existed.
So then tell Lucky that Maxie's playing him.
It's gonna make him feel so stupid.
Look, he is not the only one that's believed all of Maxie's lies.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be able to see that right now. God, he's put so much pressure on himself. When he finds out, he's gonna be humiliated. And you know what? That could push him right back over the edge to taking drugs again.
You are making this too complicated, honey.
But there's a lot at stake. I don't want him to get hurt any worse.
If the situation was reversed, wouldn't you want Lucky to tell you?
Lucky. Hey, do you think maybe later you'll want to go with me and the puppy for a walk?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Lucky, I need to talk to you.
What do you need to talk about?
This isn't a conversation I would like to have with Maxie around.
So you know what? There's not much point in dragging up the past whenever we see each other. I've apologized for what's happened, and I can't change it.
I know.
We were hurt. She was hurt. Maxie lost her baby. You can't expect me to dismiss her. It's work. I gotta take this, so call you later.
Well, could you try to stop by, because this is really important and I'd rather discuss it in person.
Is it about the baby?
No, the baby's fine.
I'll be in touch.
You know, you're driving Lucky right into my arms, which really works out well for everyone, so I guess I'm just trying to say thanks for being such a cold, unforgiving bitch. See ya.
Don't do it. Don't let him bring you down to her level. I got it. It's okay. My name is Nicholas Castine. I need a squad car.
I am still very much in love with Jax. And in the future, we will be getting married.
But you're marrying Dad.
Yes. It's a little complicated, Michael, but marriage is a legal contract.
Between two people who love each other.
Sometimes, yes, but I am doing it for the legal reasons to help out your father.
And if you don't, Dad could go to jail.
No, nobody's going to jail. All the trouble's going to go away because your mom's helped me out.
Would you do this for any other guy?
No. I mean, that depends.
On what?
Look, you know, it's your father, and he's your father. Okay? And he's family. And we are doing this because we take care of each other, we make sure nothing bad happens to each other.
All right, you know what? We got to go because the judge is meeting us back at the house, so.
Okay. No. We're doing this at the courthouse.
It's already set up.
It's the courthouse, or we don't get married at all.
You know, Sonny and Carly still care about each other more than either one of them are willing to admit, so who knows? I'm just saying, you know, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, you know, I stopped trying to figure out Sonny and Carly a long time ago.
Okay, let me teach you something. Women are fed this fairy tale notion of romance. You meet a guy, it's destiny, it's this long road to happiness.
Is that what you want?
Jason, we don't do fairy tales, you know that. Where would we be if you weren't cleaning up Sonny's mess?
Well, you know, you needed me, and before long, I needed you.
So I guess that's just the road we had to take to find out we were right for each other?
Yeah, and I'm glad it happened that way.
Oh, you're glad that you were saddled with a big, huge pregnant roommate.
I'm glad that we actually got the time to know each other. And then we fell in love. Sonny?
Yeah. Change of plans.
Hey, Tiffany, Dr. Drake ordered an IV from Mrs. Millhouse?
Yeah, he wants her back on the antibiotic drip.
Why, because of the elevated bite count?
Well, it seems Mrs. Millhouse had complications after her last surgery, so Dr. Drake is just taking precautions this time around.
Oh, okay.
You know it's illegal to tamper with medical records.
Yeah, so you shouldn't mess with mine.
I didn't change a thing. It's all right here in black and white. You know that blood test you took to prove you were pregnant? It wasn't even yours. And you didn't follow up on your exams or your prenatal care because there was no baby to check. It was all a lie.
Yeah, you're right, I faked my pregnancy. And you should be really happy that I did.
Okay, how about I order a pizza and we watch a DVD or something?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. My mom was acting kind of strange. Don't you think?
Strange like how?
Like she was mad at my dad.
Well, I think your mom has mixed feelings about remarrying your dad. I just went through something very similar with my parents, and it's really bizarre when you realize that they're not perfect examples of love and commitment. Parents, they get nervous and they make mistakes and they love someone, but they get scared that it's not enough for whatever reason. And I think your parents are just under a lot of pressure, and they want to make sure that this is okay, especially for you two.
What if my mom backs out? My dad could go to jail.
Well, parents are supposed to guide us, but sometimes they need their kids' help to get things right.
So Sunny and Carly's wedding was moved to the courthouse.
Why?
Why? She's having mixed feelings about the whole thing. She doesn't want any personal touches, no flowers, no friends, no nothing.
So you aren't even going back anymore?
No, I was uninvited.
I swear, you could learn a lot about what not to do from Carly. You know, when Michael was born, we all thought that he was Jason's son. But when it turned out that AJ was the father, either way, he was a Quartermain heir. And we would have given him and his mother the world. Carly threw it all away for Sonny.
Well, Sunny was the man she loved.
Oh, when I think of what Sonny and Carly have put each other through over these years, I swear, the infidelities, the breakups, the numerous gunshot wounds. I tell you, the Quartermains may have our share of dysfunction, but the Corinthos clan puts us to shame. Sonny and Carly have been a serial disaster for themselves and their children for years, and now they want to do it all again? I tell you, I do not know what goes through that girl's head.
Me neither, but I do wish them all the best.
Well, that's a very mature attitude. You know, you're a very smart, level-headed young lady.
Thank you.
And Jason was very wise to fall in love with you. And someday, when you do have Jason's baby, you and the child will have everything that Carly threw away. Hmm?
You know, the judge isn't going to wait all day.
Sonny and Carly will be here soon.
Why the sudden change of venue? I'm beginning to wonder if Sonny and Carly are going to go through with this at all.
Sonny has to marry Carly. It's the only way to stop Carly from testifying.
You know, it is conceivable that I could coach Carly so that her testimony isn't as damning to Sonny.
You know, I'm sure you could. But that's a risk because Rick is a good attorney and Carly talks before she thinks sometimes, and there's a possibility that Rick would trip her up on the stand.
Yes, well, that's why Sonny feels that this is his only option. Once he and Carly are married, she'll have spousal privilege, and she can't be forced to testify.
All right, let's get this over with.
You lied to Lucky about being pregnant, and you used it to stay tied to him while he was in rehab, struggling to recover from a drug addiction to pills that you helped him get hooked on.
I love Lucky, and I want to be with him.
Oh, well, by shoving a fake pregnancy in his face? And to make things worse, you staged a miscarriage? You played off of his grief, working him when he was at his most vulnerable.
Lucky was happy when he was with me. I know you want to believe it was the drugs.
He didn't want you, Maxie. He did everything he could to get rid of you, but you kept pulling him back in by playing off of his concern for this non-existent child.
Speak for yourself, Elizabeth. You use the baby you're carrying to jerk Lucky around every chance that you get because you're a cold, judgmental shrew. And yeah, Lucky was too good of a guy to walk away from you. So I helped him do that. And now he's free and we're finally connecting.
Oh, for a lie.
You don't even want him. You throw his mistakes in his face every chance that you get because you think he's a loser. Well, guess what? I believe in Lucky. And I know he's a great guy. I know he's trustworthy and loving. Why can't you just see we'd all be happier if I was with him, even you?
Back off.
It's a pattern with her. She did it with Lucky, she did it with my mother. She was kidnapped all those years ago. If Colleen hadn't survived that crash and come looking for revenge, I might have gone on believing that he was dead.
But you never believed it. You refused to give up hope.
Elena's gonna need support. People in her pocket to pull this off. And I guess she's going to Greece.
Oh, you are such a magnificent boy. And you deserve an equally magnificent name. Now, what about Stavros, my son? He's your grandfather. Or Mikos, my beloved husband? No? Well, perhaps those names are ill-favored, given how they died. What about Nicholas? Yes, he's your father. Oh, he is such a splendid young man. He has courage and dignity and bearing. I always hoped he was going to be, well, a prince of our family. Take on the family heritage. But no, his strength was sapped from him by his uncle Stefan. The weak-willed Stefan. Yes. But then there was the insipid Emily, too. But you know what? This time, things are going to be very different. Yes. From now on, you... Yes. Well, you know. You are Nicholas II, and I am personally going to do everything I can to make sure that you are a Cassadine... No, you're going to be worthy of the name. A Cassadine worthy of the name. Yes. That's you.
The tests indicate your husband is stable enough to be moved.
Oh, good. Start the paperwork.
I still advise that it's better that you keep
We'll let
him
you know
here.
when the paperwork is ready. Once you give someone your opinion, it's best to stand back and let them make their own decision.
This coming from a woman who's constantly intervening.
I already admitted it. I should have never told people what they could and couldn't do.
Renzo, please wake up. I don't want to risk injuring you even more. But I need you here. Because I am bluffing in a game where I don't know the rules, and I need you to tell me who's a friend and who's an enemy. No, the last thing you said to me was that I need to protect myself and Lila Ray, so if that's what I have to do... Renzo, can you hear me?
Okay. Okay.
Renzo. Oh my God. Hi.
Okay, I will get this right over to ELQ and make sure they follow your instructions.
I really like your efficiency.
Thank you.
Before you go to the office, we have a little something we need to discuss, Miss Monroe.
What did you just say? That is your other name, isn't it? Angela Monroe.
Thank you, Judge Ramos, for doing this. I apologize for the last-minute change of location. It's just one of those things that come up.
Are these your witnesses?
Yeah, that's Diane Miller, my attorney, as you know, and then this is my best friend, Jason Morgan.
Well, let's get going then, shall we?
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Corinthos, please stand in front of me.
Well, you want to... Go ahead, you get over here.
1 second.
What?
We're clear.
What?
This is a marriage of convenience, right?
Yeah, I got that.
We will not consummate this marriage. We will not get our boys' hopes up. We will not freak out my mother because we're back together. We're not really together. This is just a legal transaction, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're ready.
We are gathered here to join this man and this woman in matrimony, which is an honorable estate.
Can we just make it quick? Condensed version.
Michael Corinthos Jr., do you take this woman, Caroline Lee Corinthos, to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, so long as you both shall live?
I will.
Caroline Lee Corinthos, do you take this man to be your husband? Will you love him?
Don't let us set her up,
Sorry.
please. No, go ahead, go ahead.
I did not invite them.
Is there a problem?
Yes, there's a problem.
No, just go ahead. Continue, please.
Caroline Lee Corinthos, do you take this man to be your husband? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others?
I can't do this.